Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Abbott mansion was unusually quiet, the kind of silence that carries an electric hum beneath it, as though the walls themselves knew secrets they weren't supposed to tell. Billy Abbott, pacing with a restless energy that seemed to shake the air, knew exactly who was about to walk in, and why the tension was already simmering before a single word had been spoken. Enter Cain Ashby, his swagger still intact after all these years, a smirk tugging at the corners of his mouth as if he had rehearsed this confrontation and was savoring every beat of it. "Billy," Cain drawled, dragging out his name like a challenge, "you look like you've already lost before I've even said a word." Billy shot him a glare sharp enough to cut glass. "You came all this way to gloat, Cain? Or is there an actual point hidden under all that smugness?" Cain chuckled, stepping closer. "You know me better than that. I don't waste my time on people who aren't worth it. But you've made yourself an irresistible target. Again." The word hung there, again, like an old scar reopened. Billy hated that Cain had a way of getting under his skin with surgical precision. Every jab was aimed not at the surface but at the wound beneath. "You've been running around like some tragic hero," Cain continued, his voice silky, taunting. "But deep down, you're still the same reckless addict, the same mess. Jack may be too blind to see it, but I see it clear as day." Billy's fists tightened at his sides. He wasn't going to give Cain the satisfaction of a reaction. Not yet. "Get to the point," Billy said through gritted teeth. Cain's grin widened. "The point, Billy, is that you've always had this fantasy of being better than me. The reformed Abbott. The noble screw-up. But the truth? You're just another guy clinging to his last excuse before the bottom falls out. And I'll be right here to watch it happen." Billy stepped forward, inches from Cain now, his voice low and dangerous. "You think you can come into this house and lecture me about falling apart? Take a long, hard look in the mirror before you start measuring my sins against yours." For a moment, it looked like the two men would come to blows. Cain's eyes lit with the thrill of it, feeding off Billy's rage like gasoline on a fire. But then, Jack entered. He wasn't supposed to. At least, not yet. The patriarch of the Abbott family had his own storm to deliver, and it was one that would hit harder than anything Cain or Billy could throw at each other. His presence silenced the room instantly. "Enough," Jack said firmly, his voice carrying the kind of authority that could still make both men feel like chastised boys. "This ends here. We have bigger problems than the two of you rehashing ancient grudges." Billy shot Cain one last murderous glare before turning to his brother. "What's going on?" Jack's expression was grave, his shoulders heavy with the weight of what he was about to say. His gaze shifted briefly toward the doorway, where Sally Spectra had just arrived, invited by Jack himself, though she hadn't known why. "Jack," Sally said softly, sensing the tension. "What is this about?" Jack hesitated, his jaw tightening. He had always prided himself on being the steady hand in the family, the one who could absorb the truth and deliver it without destroying the people he loved. But this truth? It was going to shatter someone. And that someone was Sally. "Before I say this," Jack began, his voice gentle but edged with steel, "I want you to understand that I didn't want it to come out this way. But secrets don't stay buried forever. And Sally, you deserve to know the truth." Her pulse quickened. The room seemed to tilt, as if her body already knew it was bracing for a blow. "What truth?" Sally whispered. Jack looked her directly in the eye. "It's about your future and your past. About the deal that Adam struck behind your back. About the way your name, your career, even your trust has been manipulated. Sally, you were never supposed to succeed on your own terms. Someone you thought you could rely on made sure of that." The words landed like a bomb. Sally's breath hitched, her hand instinctively rising to her chest, as if she needed to hold herself together. "No," she said, shaking her head. "That's not possible. Adam wouldn't. He wouldn't do that to me. Not after everything." Billy looked away, uncomfortable. Cain raised an eyebrow, intrigued. Jack, however, pressed forward. "I've seen the proof," Jack continued, his tone compassionate but unyielding. Adam made sure doors opened for you when they shouldn't have. He made sure projects came your way, not because of your talent, though you have that in spades, but because he thought he could control the outcome. And now that the truth is out, everything you've built is under scrutiny. Sally's knees nearly buckled. The room blurred, her breath catching in uneven sobs she couldn't stop. She clutched the back of a chair for balance, her nails digging into the polished wood. "You're telling me," she gasped, her voice breaking, "that my entire career, everything I've fought for, everything I've clawed my way through, was just a handout? A manipulation?" Jack reached toward her, his expression anguished.
No.
"Not a handout. Your talent is real. But yes, Adam's interference has tainted it. And now the world will see it that way, no matter how unfair it is." Sally's tears spilled freely, streaking her cheeks as she shook her head over and over. I knew there would be betrayals in this town, but not like this. Not from him. I can't," she broke off, choking on the words. The silence in the room was deafening. Billy watched her, torn between anger at Adam and sympathy for Sally's pain. Kane folded his arms, clearly enjoying the chaos unraveling before him, but even his smirk faltered when Sally's sobs grew ragged, raw. Jack's heart broke at the sight. "Sally, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have told you if it wasn't already about to come out. I wanted you to hear it from me, not from the vultures waiting outside." Sally buried her face in her hands, trembling. "Everything I've built, it's ruined. I'm ruined." Billy stepped forward then, surprising even himself. "You're not ruined, Sally. Don't let Adam or anyone else take that away from you. You've survived worse. You can fight through this, too." But Sally didn't answer. Her sobs filled the room, the sound of a woman whose trust had been gutted, whose dreams suddenly looked like illusions. And as Kane leaned toward Billy, whispering with smug satisfaction, "Looks like Jack's bombshell did more damage than I ever could," Billy had to resist the urge to throw the first punch. Because deep down, he knew this was only the beginning. The battle lines were shifting in Genoa City, and the fallout from Jack's shocking reveal would ripple through every corner, leaving no one, least of all Sally, untouched.